Okay, Mac, these look pretty amazing. I'm really excited to create with these. I'm trying to decide which one I want to use. There's also this flip, which you're not gonna be able to see right now. My light's too bright. There's a little bit of it. It's really, really purple, and then this really pretty teal. Let's paint. I'm gonna start with a shadow that's pretty close to my skin tone, just from my socket to my brow bone. And then let's see where we end up. Grab a C31. Start to blend this out. Then let's buff a warm shade into the socket. This is what I do when I want to experiment with more sassy, wild colors. I'll throw on a warm shade, and I'm using a fluffier brush to diffuse it. And you're seeing me pull it in here. You want to know why? That is a lot easier to clean up than taking it up to the brow. Oh, well, apparently this brush was used with sparkles, so there's some sparkles too. I'm using darker shades on my lid later, so I'm going to put this darker shade right into my socket. I switched to an E29, also equally covered in sparkles. I really should have gotten clean brushes, but here we are. We have fun. I'm going to put on a little bit of a clear base. Love this one, by the way. And we're doing a smoky eye, so don't worry about perfection at this point. Try not to get it in your lashes all maniacally like I did. Okay, got that ready. Let's put this cranberry shade towards the front. That is so pretty. Now time for the shade shift chrome. Ooh, it's kind of wet. I didn't know that. Now let's paint this one. Oh my goodness. You're gonna have to see this in lower lighting too. Wow, I'm actually blown away at this texture. I know this is already a good tip. See how it is like a putty? That's what gives it that really intense paintability. I'm gonna shut it. Keep that nice and shut. Now I wanna soften the edges in my socket. This looks like a mallard duck. I'm so excited. Now I'm just gonna take a little bit of brown eyeshadow. Remember, I said I wanted to soften the edges, just to kind of melt it in. Now let's tidy it up in here. Remember how I talked about how I'll blend extra or excess shadow into places that are much easier to clean up? That has really changed my makeup life, because this is so much easier to tidy than up here, especially because I drew on my little brow hairs. Much better. Look at the difference. I just want to let you know that I have used all of this. Now, that's never to make you feel like, wow, you went through that so quickly. This is my second look of the day, okay? Think of me as Fashion Week with as many looks as I do a day. But what I am saying is I loved it so daggum much, it's gone. I need to buy a new one. Hopefully I have enough to do this wing right now. This is how I've been doing my wing. I feel like it's so easy. I am getting it really heavy into the lashes. E26 nice and queued up before this sets, and then I just start to shape out a little wing. This is a good combo. Also, this is back in stock, which I'm very excited for. It's actually almost sold out. I love that y'all are finally understanding the magic of the E26. Now, what I'm about to do is not going to be technically eye safe, but y'all know sometimes the artist in me has to be a little bit of a rebel. I'm putting on black liner on my waterline. Then I'm going to grab some more of this and put it on top. I'm telling y'all I'm out of control, but this is really cool. And that black base is going to help this pop more. Fun! Lily Lashes Go Getter. I put on conventional glue yesterday, and I used my cleansing balm, my makeup eraser, and I could work a little harder to get it out, but it shouldn't be there right now. I love these self-adhesive lashes. I don't get the residue and the chaos. I don't have time to be scrubbing at my eye. I love these. I'm gonna do my Givenchy foundation. It's gonna look a little off I already know it is because the shadows are going to make it look weird. Yeah. To be expected. But that's okay. It's all going to come back together in a second. We could actually counteract all this yellow with the purple. And I'm not wanting to go directly on because I don't want to dirty this up. So I'm just going to go around it. Put it in my hair. It's very important that we put it in our hair. Actually, I'm going to put a little bit more around here. You could absolutely mix this, but I forgot that I had the purple for the yellow. Remember, this is always going to make things look a little me, but that's what color theory is for. Okay, so I'm going to grab the purple, put it in here. Oh, already so much better. Yay. Oh, look at that. Me, me, me. I'm sorry I get so silly. I just think it's so much fun. And I will say, I used quite a bit of this. This particular formula isn't wildly pigmented, which makes it a little bit more user-friendly. So I had to put a lot of it. That wasn't just for, I mean, as you can see, it wasn't just for show. And also, if you do have a deeper skin tone, this is going to have too much of a, where did it go? It's going to have too much of a white base for you, but how I would recommend for a deeper skin tone is I would actually mix some blue and some red, and you're going to get a deeper purple to counteract and color correct any kind of yellow. But this is going to be more for, because right now I'm a light medium skin tone again. I was right at medium in the summer, and I could have still used this. So I want you to know that fair, very, very fair to light medium, right at medium, can do this technique with this particular one. But after that, we need more depth in our purple. I'm going to put a little extra and brighten my concealer. Just a little bit underneath here. I don't need quite as much. This concealer is not wildly dark, but it'll help brighten it. This is still my 𝗕𝗘𝗧𝗔𝗓𝗦. Perfect. Oh, the 𝗕𝗘𝗧𝗔𝗓𝗍 is back, in case you missed it. I know I'm a little chatty about the brushes, but I'm very proud of them. And we just had a really big restock, and it's just, I like them. Please let me yap. I also absolutely loved putting this Givenchy bronzer on top of very wet foundation. I feel like it has a very similar formula to the powder, and the powder just absolutely blurs wet foundation and concealer. So applying this on top is just so delightful to me. I feel like this blush is kind of in the realm. Obviously it's not as hot pink as this, but I feel like it's really pretty with this look. I'm gonna pick this up with the C41. I feel like that should be good. Perfect. And everything is still really, really wet. I look for products that go on top of wet foundation, powder products, I should say. I just feel like they're easier to control than liquids and creams, but we can still get that really melted effect. I'm gonna put a little up here too. We're already hitting pan again. I'm gonna go ahead and lock all this in and blur everything together. I like to go over the blush with the powder, but not bronzer. Bronzer has a tendency to turn very gray very quickly. So I kind of go around the edges with the puff, and then I'll just grab the C41, which is a fluffier brush, to see how that picks up the product a lot more. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm flabbergasted. I just like watching all this melt together. I should say it just picks up a smaller amount, so we can just do a nice veil over the bronzer and not turn it gray. I feel like this is gonna bring me back to my inner corner highlight days. This might be who I am now. Wow, you could build this up wildly if you wanted to. This is so pretty. Maybelline Lifter Liner. This is the shade Let's Bounce. Revlon Cashmere. This is actually a new shade. I love it. All right, my friends, this is our finished look. I like these. I feel like the quality is there. And what's really interesting is a lot of the time we see these shades in huge palettes that we might not use all of the colors. So I love that these are individual. I feel like that is really where these shine, pun intended. Don't block me. Y'all know how sassy I get. But I really love these. I loved working with them. I love the texture. I love the sparkle. I love how flippy this one is. This one's not the duochrome. This one is just a metallic. So there's a metallic and then there's a glitter shadow, I believe. You can correct me if I'm wrong. And then there is the duochrome, which they call the shade shift. I like these. I'm really excited to create more looks with them. I think this one's speaking to me next. I love you so much. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. I feel like this is gearing up for holiday. This could be fun. Love you. Thank you for being here with me. And until next time, bye for now.